quiet moments in the still of the day. I hear your whispers guiding my way. Through the silence, your voice is clear. Your presence, Lord, I draw near. Be still and know you are God. Your love surrounds me, it's never flowed. Praise your name, forever adored. In your truth, I'm restored.
Oh, I don't know why that's cutting off like that. But hello, everybody. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome.
Hi.
I don't know why it's doing that. It's been doing that to me the last few times, so I need to go in there and look at that. But
It's a
anyway, welcome
song.
everybody. This is Miss Lisa from A Place for Her and her new channel, Her Roots and Garden Diary. I love
Hello,
that name.
everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Echo. Thank you.
So we have already have Janine here and Sister Stephanie and Sister Ashley and Chew and Body Illusion and Bridezilla. So we are already getting a house full. Hello, hello. Welcome everybody. Um, I just really wanted to have Lisa on. I've known her for a while, and now that I am involved with Boldly Unshackled, I found out that she's a member of that as well, and I didn't even know that. And so I
Oh,
guess that's my first question. When did you meet Tia, and how long have you been in her little group?
I think it is going on. It's probably over a little over a year since I've
Okay,
known. But I met her through. Well, I found her channel through another subscribers. YouTube subscribers channel. So it's been a
okay,
little over a year since I have known her.
okay. Okay. Well, I just stumbled in there one day and met her, and I had already met Stephanie. And
Right.
so then I found out Stephanie knew her too. I was like, "Oh, okay, this is
Yeah.
great."
It's a small
So,
world.
yes, it is. It really is. And you never know where you're going to run into people or where you're going to meet people at. So,
Right.
all right. So I know the first question I want to ask you, because you were talking the other day about mowing your grass because your husband was working out of town.
Yes.
So tell us about your husband and how did you meet?
Okay. I met him through my cousin. My first cousin and him are best friends. They have been best friends since middle school.
Your
So that's how we met.
your
Through my
volume is a little scratchy. Let me turn you up just a little bit. Okay. Okay,
You
go
want me
ahead.
to try again?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. Cousin in Miami. My first cousin and him are best friends and they have middle school. Yes.
Your
So
kind
that's how we
your sound is
met.
cutting in and out a little bit. He's your first cousin's
Best friend.
best friend.
Yes.
Okay.
That's how
And
we
you
met.
met him
Yeah.
in okay. And he was in Miami. Were you living in Miami
Yes.
too?
No. I live like 2 hours in by 2 hours of Miami. But see, my cousin was born and raised in Miami. He was born and raised, but they met through middle school. So that's how we met
Okay.
because they're
Okay. I'm going to drop you down and bring you back up because your sound is not coming through good.
okay. Okay.
So hold on just a second. Let's see if we can do this because I want them to hear you clearly. Okay. All right. Let's try that again now and see. And y'all let me know if you can hear her clearly or not, because I'm having trouble hearing her. So I want to make
Hello?
sure that I can hear fine. Okay. Let's see if anybody answers us. If you can hear us, put a 1 in the chat. Well, hello, people. Does anybody hear me? If you hear us, put a 1 in the chat, please. There we go. Her lighting is better for sure. Okay. All right. So you live 2 hours from Miami, and you still live there? That's where you currently
Yes.
live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And my first
Now,
cousin and my honey, they are best friends. They both grew up so they met through school, middle school. So when I went down to them, that's how we met.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, PJ's Wish. Welcome. Janine is saying, hey, sisters. Hello.
Hey.
And abundantly his treasure. Sister Epi is here. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so and she doesn't have a wrench yet. Let me give her a wrench. I call them blue butterfly wings. So
Okay, that's pretty.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us when and how you started your first channel.
I started my first channel 2 years. 2 years this past June, towards the end of June. So it's about 2 years ago. I started my first channel, A Place for Her.
Okay, and you've just recently started a second channel.
About a month ago. Her Roots and Her Garden Diary.
Yes.
It's my second channel.
And I watched that video, and you were talking about growing some medicinal type herbs and things.
Yes.
Is that something that you've always been interested in, or is it a new?
I have started doing, my own little garden, like regular vegetables and stuff like that, because I no longer want to take like over the counter medication. So I decided to do that, when it comes down to cuts, bruises, irritated, like stomach aches, cholesterol, all that type of stuff like that. I just don't want to take no kind of medication. So that's why I decided to grow my own, medicinal herbs. I have to do, like I said in my video, there's a lot of research that I have to do to know what herb goes, that you need. So I would be doing a lot of, research when it, comes to that. So what to grow, because I want to learn how to do, the different teas and oils and syrups and stuff like that.
I actually know 2 channels right off the top of my head that they make like the salves and the tinctures and stuff like that. So I'll give you their names.
Okay.
Because they're into. I mean, some of the stuff they talk about, I have no idea.
Right.
what it is or what you do with it, but I know
Right.
that is something that's getting really popular doing. And I'm the same way about the over-the-counter medicine. I took so much medicine for so many years, just kind of blindly taking it because that's what the doctor told me to do.
Right.
And now that I'm able to get off of a lot of that medication, now I'm really particular about what I take. And I've been doing a lot of research too, because, there's a lot of things that we need, especially as women, that we can get through food, that we don't have to take supplements.
Exactly.
and things like that. It's just that I'm not educated enough on it to know. And of course, some things you'd have to eat a truckload of something, to get enough of it. So that, is not realistic. But some of the things, like I'm having problems with thinning
Mhm.
hair. And so I'm trying to up my collagen and my biotin. And both of
Right.
those can be found in different kinds of food. So I'm
Yes.
kind of like, I don't eat a whole lot anyway, since I had my weight loss surgery. I can't eat a lot at
Hmm.
one time. But I figure if I'm going to eat, I might as well eat the foods that are good for those,
Right.
like, so that's what and I kind of like the idea of food as medicine, instead of
Exactly.
us taking just all the prescription um, drugs and everything.
Because
So, um,
everything has a side effect. You can take and then you
and
take
like with me,
that, and then that's going to have a side effect or something.
and see, I didn't even know half of my what I thought were my ailments were side effects from the different prescriptions I was taking. Because as I started getting off the prescriptions, I started not having those symptoms.
Right.
So
Hmm.
yeah, and sometimes the risk isn't really, the side effects don't really outweigh the benefit you're going to get, from taking that medication.
It's a
And I
whole nother
can't, yeah, I can't handle the side effects. I just,
right.
yeah, not not good at all. And I
Yeah.
mean, I live in an apartment, so I have a patio, and I
Hmm.
grew this year. I tried to grow peppers and cucumbers and tomatoes,
Okay.
but my cucumbers, they didn't make it. And then I ended up having hot peppers instead of bell peppers, and I
Oh.
didn't want hot peppers. But I did have
Okay.
cherry tomatoes, and we've been able to get a lot of cherry tomatoes off of those plants. So
Right.
I just,
That's good.
you if you grow it yourself, you know what you've fertilized it with, and how long it's been since it was picked. That's a big misconception I think a lot of people have, that like
Yeah.
food in a grocery store is fresh.
Right. Right.
You know, I mean, I would much rather get my produce from a farmer's market where it comes straight from the field to the farmer's market
Exactly.
instead of being shipped on a truck from God knows where,
Where. Yeah. That's why I
and
decided to do that. You know, my late grandparents, they grew their own food as long as my late mother garden as well. My grandparents, they had like chickens, they had pigs. I just want to pick up that and do my own thing. To the more that I can grow, to be better, the better off for the family. It's like I like what I'm growing. I know what's in that food. Once it's grown, you don't have to worry about what someone put in it. Because
exactly.
I grew it the safest way to be nowadays. Because you never know what
Right, right.
they're putting in the food. You don't know because out. So they're putting stuff in the food to push it out to get it on the shelves faster. Good for our body. And then you wonder why we have all these illness and have the big C word, because all this stuff that they're putting in the food and it's not good for our body at all. The decision I
Right.
made lately was to grow my own food.
Sister Effie says to send her the hot peppers. I actually gave them to my office manager here at my apartment complex. Both of her sons like hot peppers. And so I was like, you can have all of them because I'm not going to be eating the hot peppers. And Ashley says that would be her dream, to be able to have probably the animals and the garden. I grew up
Yes.
with a big garden, so I always, kind of have leaned towards that, wanting to be able to have a garden. And I know
Right.
several people that have got their own chickens, And so they have fresh eggs, of course. And I eat a lot of eggs. So I wish I could have chickens, but so far I'm not
One of
allowed
my
to.
coworkers have whispered like sweet stuff in my ear regarding chickens, and it's in the making. But I'm kind of I was telling my dad about it. He's like bring on like all kind of critters and stuff like that, and that you don't want, and snakes. So it's like I'm like,
well, and
do I
it's
want
the
to?
fact that you've got to feed the chickens. So that's
Mhm.
an expense. And then you
Yeah,
also have to have somebody to take care of them if you like go on vacation. I know somebody who
yeah,
had a death in the family and couldn't even go out of town to the funeral because they couldn't get anybody to go and take care of their animals.
right. But see, I
You
don't
know,
want that many. I want probably like no more than 4, no more
yeah,
than 4. To put in the backyard. But I'm just terrified of different kind of wildlife and snakes.
yeah,
And my dad was like, "Honey,
yeah. I
it's a
don't.
great idea, but it bring on wildlife that you don't want." But it's like, oh no, we can hard about it. I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna ask our Father, what should I do in this case here?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Hello, Misha. Welcome. Um, Janine said, I really need to try something. Lisa makes it look so easy. Yes.
It
It's
is
always easy watching somebody else. It's like, yeah, that looks really easy.
simple.
I made the mistake when I planted my seeds that I didn't think they were going to come up. So I planted a lot of seeds and then I had a lot of plants come up. And so I was giving them away. I was like, don't you want some pepper
Right.
plants? Don't you want some tomato plants? It's like, I don't need this many.
Right.
So I did learn that this year, that next year, what I'm going to do is I am only going to start, maybe 4 of each thing and wait and see if they come up. And if they don't, then plant another 4 or whatever,
Right.
because that way you would have them at staggered ages too,
Yes.
and to where you won't be like you have nothing and then all of a sudden you have all this produce all at one time.
Exactly.
So I think I'll try it that way and see if that, Misha says her son has 6 or 7 hens.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and Gail from Gail's Southern Living, she's got chickens and she lives in a residential neighborhood. So I know
Really?
there are places that will let you do it.
Yes.
But you're
Yes.
right. There are, because there's a lot of wildlife that we don't see. And they tore down a big forest to build my apartment complex. And so I see a lot of wildlife because there's still a little bit of woods around us. But it's like
Mhm.
we took their home,
Right.
So it's like they're still here and
Right.
you just aren't seeing them. But when you put chickens in your yard, it's like, there's a meal, and they're going to try to come and, so yeah, you have to be careful.
Yes.
And it will bring things.
Right.
Okay, this is my computer telling me it wants me to download something. I'm not doing that. Hi, Rudy. Oh, Rudy just had a birthday yesterday. So happy belated birthday.
Rudy.
All right. Okay, so let me see what I want to ask you about. I know you're in Florida. Have you had any hurricanes, or are you near the coast?
No. Thank God. Thank God.
Well, where I live in
no
South
hurricane.
Georgia, I'm about 30 miles to the Florida state line, and I'm in the middle of Florida, right in the middle, but just right in the Georgia side. And it had
Mm-hmm.
been 165 years since a hurricane had even been here until 2 years
Oh wow.
ago. And we've had 3 hurricanes in 2 years that have come across.
Wow.
So, yeah. But my sister lives in Sarasota on one coast, and my nephew and his family live in Boca Raton on the other coast.
I live
So
in
they
Sarasota.
kind of,
You
you
know
live
that,
in
Echo.
Sarasota?
I don't live in the city of Sarasota, but I live in Sarasota. So I have to pass Sarasota to get to my job. It's probably about 20 minutes from me. But
Okay.
yeah, I live in Sarasota County. Yes.
Well, she lives in a high-rise apartment or condos. I guess they're probably condos,
Mm-hmm.
but right in the downtown of Sarasota. And she
Sarasota.
says
Yes.
they have a Whole Foods that she can walk to. Um, but I've never been there. Now she lived in Venice. The time I
Yes.
went
I
and
have to
visited
pass
her, she
Venice.
was in Venice. Yeah,
Yes, to my job also. So yeah, it's a small world.
yeah, it really is. Uh, let's see. I missed somebody was saying about raccoons. Hold on. Oh, Misha said he's had foxes, rats, raccoons
Oh
in his
wow.
yard, and he lives in town too, wherever he's at. Hello, BJ, welcome. And then Body Illusion said, my biggest visitor were raccoons. They loved everything I planted in the garden. I used cayenne pepper to shoo away the raccoons and cats from the garden.
Oh wow.
That's another thing I've noticed. Some people have to put up like a netting type thing over their garden because of all the rabbits and the deer and things like that, coming to eat the plant.
Right.
So, um,
I have rabbits. They don't bother the always playing around in the garden. I mean, out in the yard. But they haven't bothered my garden yet. I don't mind the rabbits. It's just the other big animals.
yeah. Okay, Kristen from Bella's Whisper Farmstead is here. Hello, Kristen. And Peyton Samuels is
Hi.
here. Hello, Peyton. I'll give you butterfly wings so you can connect. I bet Bella or Kristen from Bella's Worcester Farms, and she probably grows some medicinal type herbs too,
Oh,
because she
really?
has a pretty extensive garden, and she's about
Okay.
3 hours east of me here in Georgia.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. And BJ, did everything go good on your tests? I hope BJ had to spend yesterday at the hospital getting some tests.
Oh,
I hope they went well for you. I never like getting tests. I don't care what it is. It just the
right.
idea of having to do it. I don't
Yes.
like doing that. You know. Okay, so no hurricanes. Well, that's good. That's really
No.
good. That I've been kind of starting to get a little anxious because my daughter's birthday is September 6th. And over the years of her growing up, I don't know how many times there were supposed to be hurricanes in the area around her birthday. So I'm like, I know we're getting into that. I know we're already in hurricane season, but I know
Yes.
we're starting to get where it gets closer. And then
Right.
the 3 hurricanes that we've had were all like in the end of September and October. So
Right.
I'll be happy when we get to like November and December and haven't had any.
Right.
So
Birthday September 7th.
your birthday September 7th. So are you a Virgo?
Yes.
Yes. So is my daughter. Well, see what a small world this is. Oh, that
Mm-hmm.
is wonderful. I gotta write that down. September
Yep.
7th.
September 7th. So I
Wow.
know, yeah, because sometimes trying to do things around my birthday because of the hurricanes, because her first and it
Mm-hmm.
ends December 1st, I think it is. So yeah.
Yeah. Body Illusion said other restraint has looked into medicinal. It's jumping. Uses with mushrooms, and it's quite interesting.
Mushrooms?
Yeah. Interesting. I know you can make tea out of mushrooms. And Kristen says she's a Virgo too. See,
Oh wow.
I'm Capricorn, but I get along good with Virgos. So that doesn't surprise me a bit, Kristen. Good. Okay.
Wow.
And my granddaughter is a Leo, and she's the first Leo I've ever really known. So I was like, I don't know if
Okay.
I'm going to get along good with her or not, but she's sweet right now. But I think they say, Leos are kind of bold and, that's king of the jungle, kind of
Right.
personality. So I don't know how she'll be when she gets older, but right now she's sweet. So that's okay. But my my best friend, one of my best friends, her birthday is also in September, so she's a Virgo like my daughter, and then
Okay.
her daughter's birthday is in January, when my birthday is. So it was like really weird. It's like my daughter and my friends celebrate the same month, and me and her daughter celebrate the same month. So
Wow.
that's really good. Rudy says he's a Leo, huh? I'm
Oh,
Are you must be right well, hers was the 6th and yours is the 8th. So yeah, y'all are right in there together. Wow. All right, let me write Rudy down. August 8th. Okay. All right. Okay. Body Illusion says so many different variations. Add mushrooms more than you could even imagine. I guess so. It's amazing though the things that we can eat that are good for us. And Kristen says, Body Illusion, I forage for mushrooms. I also take mushroom supplements. Okay, so you
I
know
love
something
mushrooms.
about those. Oh, I do too. I'm using a blue pen, Rudy. It's not really colored, it's blue. Okay, let's see. Where are your dreams are made of, Sister Stephanie? Epi is asking Stephanie. Must be about her Beyond the Dream channel where she has
Oh.
the cute little boy. He is so adorable. Okay. Um. So let's see. I know you're a woman of God and a sister in faith. Um,
Yes.
what and I'm assuming that when Tia said that there were 3 founding members, I'm assuming that was Janine and you and Tia. Am I correct?
Who like when she first started the prayer call in the group itself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was the first self, me, and it was Sister Effie.
Oh, Sister
Yeah.
Epi. Okay.
And then Sister Janine came aboard.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I just love all of y'all to death. I mean, I have never
Yes.
been involved in a group of women where I felt so comfortable and so accepted. And I think that's why I have to tell everybody about it now because I'm like, I want that for everybody. you know?
Right.
I want everybody to be able to experience that. And too often, women, especially like in the workplace, are so catty with each other, you know?
Yes. Yes.
And it's hard sometimes for women to actually be friends with other women
So
because
true.
there is so much competition and comparison and all of that. And, we know from our walk with God that all of that's of the devil, so it's
Exactly.
like, if you can put all of that out of there, then
Mm,
yes, women can get along and help support each other very well. But it has to be, you have to
yes.
be in the right mindset, and you have to know that
That's
you're
true.
you're going to get what you put into it. If you're not being the supportive person that the group needs, well, then you're not going to feel that coming back from
Right.
the group. So, that
Exactly.
makes a big difference.
Yes.
I'm not sure what BJ's talking about. British Columbia oh, he lives in British Columbia. Yeah, I missed
Oh,
something. They're talking about okay, BJ lives in native Eastern Ontario in Canada. And then Kristen and Body Illusion are talking about Lion's Mane. You and my son need to get together and bounce thoughts and ideas off each other. That would be so interesting. Yeah, I'm really into all this herbal stuff, and I'm excited to know somebody who's going to be, really studying it and um, can help us, figure out,
I'm
what it is.
super excited about, doing the research on it, stuff like that I can use.
Yeah. Okay. This is not this chat's not caught up. I was like, yeah, we already talked about you being a Virgo. There's the source. Hello, source. Welcome.
Oh,
And Stephanie said, that's why I feel so blessed. That's right, Stephanie. I tell you what, when I went on that first Zoom call and you were there and Stephanie was, I was like, I know somebody here, because I was like scared to death because I knew Tia, but I didn't know anybody else. And I was like, oh,
right.
I don't know if I want to do this. But then I was
Right.
like, oh, okay, I can relax. It's good. It's good.
We're good people. We're good people.
Epi says, we are family that loves our daddy God and loves the Lord
Yes.
to further the kingdom and win all women to Christ. Yes.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this many times that, I was given bad advice when I first started my channel to not talk about, anything to do with religion or God or anything like that. And at first I didn't. I thought, well, people will be able to tell that I'm a Christian just by how I am. And I didn't really, talk about it that much. But then I kind of felt like I wasn't being true to myself because I wasn't talking about it openly. And so then when I changed things on my channel and really started talking about it openly, I really thought, well, I might lose some subscribers or I might, people might not like it or whatever. And it's really been the opposite of that. It's been like I've gotten more subscribers and I have more people who are saying that I didn't know necessarily one way or the other that are, letting me know that they are Christians as well. So it's kind of been a good change, for me. And I
Right.
think too, my focus on YouTube really has shifted to where I've always wanted to have a connection and have a community, but it's almost like if something happened to my YouTube tomorrow, since I know you ladies, I would be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I found what I was looking for
Right. Right.
that maybe I didn't didn't, find it or create it in my own community, but I have found that community.
Right.
And like Tia says, all of us have communities. We all have people, whether we have a channel or not, and we have people in our lives. And, we can get the word out to people very easily because we have
Right.
channels. But
Right.
I really am is excited to see what God does. It's like He's
Yes.
brought us all together. Now what?
Right.
It's like I'm just excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm anxious to see what's going to happen. I just really am. But I've been telling Sharon y'all stuff out and telling everybody about y'all, and it's like I definitely am. I feel like I've come home, like I now have a home there.
Right.
And that's something I haven't felt for forever. So
Well,
I appreciate
I'm
it.
happy you feel like that you have found your home.
Yeah. And I think, and when the first couple conversations I had with Tia, because I think she thought that I was one way, and she wanted to make sure I knew how she was. And
Right.
and she was like, well, I'm going to be totally honest with you, and I'm going to, and I was like, yes, please be honest, tell me, because either we're going to agree or we're going to disagree. But I would much rather
Right.
find that out sooner than later, And
Exactly.
then once we started talking, it was just like, yep, I feel that way too. It's like, yes, I know that,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was like, yeah, we're on the same page when it comes to like organized religion.
Right.
So Body Illusion
Mm-hmm.
says the friendship and love has surpassed the YouTube connection. Is that what you're saying, honey? Yes, yes. Exactly, Body Illusion. Um, so I mean I've been down here in Georgia since 86. So
Okay.
96, 2006, 2006. Next year will be 40 years. And I have tried all kinds of churches. I was raised up north in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
raised as a Lutheran, which is like an offshoot of
Mm-hmm.
Catholic.
Okay.
They don't really have that down here in the South. You have more
Mm-hmm.
Baptist and Methodist and Presbyterian. So I didn't ever feel comfortable when I would go to these different churches, only because, and I was watching somebody the other day and they were talking about how, when you go to the same church for a long time, it's like you know when to stand up, you know when to kneel, you know when you're going to pray, you know when you're going to sing.
Right.
And you kind of get to where you can just really be going through the motions and not really
Mm-hmm.
experiencing it. And so I think that's why whenever I would go to a church here, and it wasn't like the church I grew up in, it just didn't feel like a good fit, not because there was anything wrong with that church, but because it wasn't what I was
Right.
comfortable with or what I was used to. And
Right.
so I kind of adopted the idea that, my relationship is between me and God. And I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
necessarily go to a church to have that relationship, but I
Mm-hmm.
always missed having the fellowship of other
Right.
believers that you get normally with the church. So I think
Right.
that's partly what it is too, is that I now feel like I have people that are like-minded, that I can say how I'm feeling about something, and I know that I'm going to get a supportive comment back,
Mm-hmm.
and possibly they're going to give me a scripture to help me, or
Right.
they're going to give me a video or a song or something that they know of that's helped them. And I think that's what I really was looking for at a church, and just
Right.
didn't find that. So Rudy wants to know, how do I pronounce 4,500, Rudy? Rudy loves his numbers. Loves his numbers. All right, let's make sure I haven't missed anybody. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing too, is that um I've never felt really, and you know, like I said, I'm going to be here 40 years, but I feel like I live in Indiana still. You know, like I don't think about like I'm not from here. You know,
Right.
my daughter's from here, my
Right.
granddaughter's from here. You know, this is
Mm-hmm.
technically my home,
Right.
but I don't feel like that sometimes. Hello, Mia's
Mm-hmm.
Life with
Oh,
KFS. I meant to look that up, Mia, when I found your channel the other day because I'm interested in what that syndrome is. So I will have to do some research on that. But I'm giving you blue butterfly wings so you can connect with everybody else. And how do you, I want to ask you about that on your channel. How do you do that as far as um, like people that comment on your videos or when somebody new subscribes to your channel? Like, what do you do like with that?
what do you mean?
Because like before, I would be trying to just connect with people. It didn't really matter what kind of channel it was or, you know, who they were. And if I said I went in somebody's chat and I saw a name of a channel that I didn't know, I
Okay.
would like write that channel down. Then I would go look at that channel. And so I had a whole bunch of people I was subscribed to. They weren't necessarily subscribed back to me, but I was subscribed to them. And then when after I got past 2,000 subscribers, I started getting a lot of comments and I still wanted to support the people I supported,
Right.
but I've had to kind of, so I would try, you know, I would still try to go to other channels and comment and watch videos and all of that. But now I've kind of shifted it to where, like, if somebody makes a comment on one of my videos, I'll go to their channel and I'll watch like two of their videos and leave a comment. And then if I go on my new subscribers, you know, on the analytics, how you can see your public subscribers, if somebody shows up there as a public subscriber, then I go to their channel and check out their channel. And if I like that channel, then I'll go ahead and watch a couple videos on their channel. But a lot of the channels that I've known for the whole 3 years I've been on YouTube, just about, I still try to support them. But I would say the majority of them support me back as well. So it's not like I might not
Right.
see somebody for a while and I'll be thinking, I wonder what happened to so and so. And then I'll go look up their channel and see, you know, what's going
Right.
on. And a lot of times I haven't been to somebody's channel, you know, and they put out several videos and then I'll try to like catch up on what I've missed, you know.
There's
Mandy Off
so
Grid is here. Welcome, welcome.
many channels or people that I'm subscribed to. I try to support everybody, but I can't. There's so many. I'm like 30 that I can keep up with it. But I try to go and try to support as much as people as I can support. But like see that someone have like commented on my channel, I'll try to at a couple of their videos, like how you do, you know,
Yeah.
because my channels are small, but still I try to do as much as I can, others in their channels as well.
Yeah.
And as for the new subscriber, at least a day or 2 days before I go and subscribe to their channel because it's kind of funny. So I'm not going to speak on that, but for those that are familiar and has been on about, so I don't just go and just subscribe to their channel because they subscribe to mine. So you wait a couple of days before I go.
Right. And I definitely,
You know.
and I've said this in the past too, I won't subscribe to somebody's channel if I don't feel like I would watch their content. You know,
Yes.
if it's just something that I'm like, yeah, no, that's not going to be something I'm going to want to watch, But I do like to go to a lot of different communities. And so I do have friends in a lot of different communities. I mean, I have friends from the crocheting community, friends from the
Right.
coloring community, friends
Right.
from the diamond painting, friends from the homesteaders, just different um, different channels. And I like a variety of things,
I
but my biggest thing is I want to support the people who support me. And if I can support other people, I will. But sometimes it just you
right.
can get so far behind, and then they've got so much stuff out there to watch. It's like there's no
Yeah.
way you can watch everything.
Mhm.
But I did wonder that how other people are handling trying to stay connected with people that connect with them.
Yeah. I'm doing pretty much what you're kind of like separate. Well, that's why I started another channel because I know don't want to see no one gardening. Everybody's not into that. So which I was told if people are really for you, then they'll watch. You understand what I'm saying? If they're really interested in you. But then I was like,
Right.
no, I don't want, and I don't, so that's why I decided to do a garden channel for those that. So that channel there, I'm mainly like subscribe to a lot of channels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
On my roots, her roots, my garden, of, just gardening. And then a place for her is a variety of channels that I like to.
Well, I will tell you this. They always say you need to have a niche and have like one kind of content. And I've never really
Yeah.
done that with just one kind of content. And now that I do more Christian content, I
Hmm.
know my channel is being pushed out by YouTube more so than it was before, because
Right.
I'm getting people that are saying, you popped up on my recommended list, or you popped
Right.
up on my feed, or whatever. And so I kind of do feel like that may really have some truth to it, that and
Hmm.
it's not only based on who watches you, but also on what you watch.
Right.
So,
Right.
to have a channel specifically for gardening, it'll get pushed out in that community. But also, if you watch garden channels from that channel, it'll get pushed
Right.
out more that way.
Yeah.
So,
Find
um,
a way, Echo, because my phone, oh my goodness. Or when you do more, do you do it from your phone or you do it from top of your computer? Because lately I have been having issues with not enough storage or delaying me putting out videos on my channel.
well,
Like
I
I put a video
I
up.
I record I record on my laptop most things, unless I'm out and about, and then I record on my phone. But then I download it from my phone into my computer, and then I cancel it off my phone, because I have
Oh,
I think a 2008 iPhone, and I don't have much storage either. And I also, the program I use to make my videos is Canva. And in order to download it from my phone into the Canva program, the video can't be really long. So it's like I might do 10 minutes in one video and stop, and then start a new video if I'm wanting to
right.
have a longer video, and then piece it together. Because my phone, if I've tried to do like a 30-minute video on my phone, and then I can't get it to upload, so then I really can't use it. Or if I upload it straight from my phone into YouTube, it's not done the way I want it done. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can put it kind of raw in YouTube that way, but I can't
Right.
do what I want to do to it. So I have to, put in the computer and use the computer.
Gotcha.
But I really, I really would like to get like more of a camera with like a video camera type deal that I could download the videos onto a card and then put the card in the computer and get it that way.
Right.
Because I am limited on how much I can record out and about
Right.
because, half the time it'll mess up on it. And then I'm like, okay, you just wasted all that time doing whatever it was.
Right.
And now you can't even use that footage, So,
Yes.
but I know a
Yeah.
lot of people who they record everything on their phone. They download everything on their phone. They do their lives on their phone. And I don't know if they just have a really, high-tech phone that can do all of that. But the storage, I hear that from a lot of people that storage becomes a problem. And then too, I don't even keep my stuff on the Canva once I've uploaded it to YouTube because you can download it back off of YouTube if you need it, which I guess something could happen to YouTube. I should probably not keep it on. Well, you got to keep it on YouTube, but it's like I don't have it on the Canva. So if something happened to it on YouTube, I wouldn't have it on Canva to load it back up.
Right.
So, hi, So Blessed, welcome.
Hello.
And I think that is a problem. Like you don't want to go out and spend a whole bunch of money. Like I had to buy this laptop, and I'm paying like $30 a month payment on my laptop.
Right.
And then I use Canva, which is like $13, and then I use Suno for music, which is $10, and then I have Restream, which is $19. So it's like I'm spending all this money every month, whether I make a YouTube check or not, and all the time it took me to get monetized, So it's kind of like you don't want to go out and invest a bunch of money in equipment, especially if it's a hobby. It's like, I can't see. I almost couldn't see buying the laptop.
Right.
But the laptop I was using was an old Chromebook that I had bought my daughter when she first started college. So that was probably 10, 11 years ago. And I just didn't have enough space on it. I was constantly, when I'd go to upload a video, it would say I was low on disk space and I would have to go and delete stuff to make enough room so I could even upload anything.
Yes.
And I was like, no, I
so that's what storage space.
Yeah, it's definitely an issue of what to do. And then too, even just the issue of like I have almost a video for every subscriber. I have like 2,700 subscribers and I got 2,700 videos.
Oh my.
It's like you don't want to get rid of any of the videos, but eventually I'm going to have too many, you know what I'm saying? It's like you almost want to go back and get rid of some of them. But then some people say, well, just, kind of reuse that same video, put a different thumbnail and maybe do a voiceover on it, and then you could reuse it, But I'm just like, I don't know. Seems to me like that might be a whole lot more trouble than just making a new video, That's how I kind of look at it. Hello, Grizzly Warrior. Welcome, welcome. If y'all are not connected with Miss Lisa, her channel is pinned at the top of the chat and also way back at the beginning. And I'll go ahead and put her, let me get it and put it in here again, her second channel. So y'all can go over and get to know her channel. Let's see.
Janine said turn them into shorts.
Turn them into shorts?
The videos, yes.
That's, and I just started trying to do that with some of my long videos and go ahead and take a little bit of it and make it a short, especially on the
Right.
exercise videos. Um, because I've just started, trying to do that. But then again, until this past couple of weeks, I've had my granddaughter and I haven't had time to just do hours of work, since
Right.
I've been watching her, I just have to do it in between what I can do. But now that I'm having time where I actually will be able to say, okay, on Monday, I am going to work on making shorts. On Tuesday, I'm going to make videos. On Wednesday,
Right.
because I have two other channels and I basically don't do anything with them because I just don't have time to make the content to be able to put it out there.
Hmm.
So I do want to do that, so it's like I
Okay.
have so much I could be doing if I could just set that time, to do it.
Right.
But even like when I go on Suno, I could spend a whole day on there making songs. And yeah, it's fun, but I haven't really accomplished a whole lot. I feel
Right.
like, boy, I can just waste the time,
Oh, music.
So, yeah. Suno is
Okay.
a AI app and you can go in there and you can write your own lyrics or use a poem, or you can just give it prompts what you'd like the song to be about and it'll give you suggested lyrics, and then you can edit that. You can pick what kind of music you want, or you can let it pick the music. You can go in and edit the music. There is so much you can do with it, and I'm relatively new on it too, that I don't know, everything, how to do everything.
Mhm.
Some people are a lot more talented on it than I am, but I love it. It's so
I can
creative, and
check it out.
and I had trouble with having copyrighted music. And it was like the YouTube music that you can use. I got tired of that same it was like I only had like maybe 10 songs and I just rotated them, and I
Mm-hmm.
got so tired of always having the same song. So when I was introduced to the Suno, I was like, even if I just go on there and make some instrumental pieces of music
Right.
that I can put in my videos and not have to worry about them being copyrighted, I would do that.
Right.
There she is. There's Miss Tia from Boldly
Hi,
Unshackled. We
sis.
talked about you some already, sister. But I really like being able to like get my thoughts out and into the Suno app and see what it comes up with. Sometimes I'm like, oh no, that was not what I was getting at, or sometimes it's
Right.
like it's perfect.
Right.
So it really is a lot of fun, and it has saved me from having to worry about it being copyrighted. If I
Right.
if I use it, I use it, and I've used it on lives, and I've used it in different videos, and it's like I know it's safe. I don't have to worry about it. I was scared of AI though at first.
Uh-huh.
And when it first started to get popular, I had a friend who made me a couple of like channel logos using AI. And I was like afraid to
Right.
even use them. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there was nothing wrong with them, but I just was like, oh, I don't know. And so I kind of like, whenever somebody would bring it up, I would be like, yeah, no, I don't do AI. And then when I was introduced to the music part of it, it was kind of like, well, it won't hurt for me to just look at it, and just see what it's about. And then once I did, I was like, and I think a lot of people get scared and think, well, the AI is going to do something you don't want it to do, but you're putting the information in there, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can decide, do I want it or don't want it? Do I like it or I don't like it? And am I going to use it or not use it? You know. Yeah, now BJ, he does a lot of AI videos on his
Oh,
channel. Hello, Brandon
okay.
from Palm Beach. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you caught us live too. Miss Lisa here's from Florida. Brandon's in Palm Beach.
Oh, okay. He's on the other coast. I'm on the west.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the source that was in here earlier, he's in Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
I always get jealous when I see his videos of him down at the ocean. I'm like, I love the ocean. I would be there every day.
Nice.
I wouldn't even have a YouTube channel. I'd just go to the beach every day.
It's so
And Tia says she loves
love
Suno. Yep. That's how she got to write the Boldly Unshackled song. And now the bomb.com song was on Suno. And I love that. I love that.
I didn't realize
that
that's
she
what
was able to.
that came from.
Yep.
That song. Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, I had done something or said something about Suno or something, and she was like, "What is that?" And then she tried it, and next thing we know, she's got a song. I'm like,
Beautiful.
yes. And it is a great song. It
Mm-hmm.
came out great. So, and I'm sure she's more computer talented than I am and probably played with it a lot more than I do. Mine are all pretty basic, but
Mm-hmm.
like I said, even if it's just the music, just to know that you can use it and you don't have to worry about it with the copyrights and stuff, you know, it makes it nice.
Right. Into it.
And I had to get the paid version because the first month I had the free version, I used up all the amount they give you for the free version. I was like, it's probably enough for most people, but I get in there and just keep going and keep going and keep going. So I was like, yeah, it's worth $10 for me to be able to go on there and play whenever I want to play with it.
Right.
She said, I used my own lyrics, but it helped with the music. Yes. Hello, Vicki and Lori. Welcome.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah. Now, Brian from A Poet, Brian, David from Eat More Pizza, and Nico, DJ Nico, they all do it, and they're using like poetry. Brian especially uses poetry from, you know, like Shakespeare and stuff, the words of that, and putting it in and making it like a song that you would hear today. You know, it's amazing. It made me want to go back and read those original poems, you know, because it was like, how can words from that long, it's kind of like the Bible, you know, it's like it's from so long ago, but it's so relevant for today.
Right.
You know, and that's how that kind of stuff is. And then Star, she said she uses a lot of Bible verses in her lyrics when she creates her songs, because she does a devotion. She does devotion on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and she'll not only write a song to go with her devotion, but she also makes a video to go with the song.
Nice.
So when she's doing her devotion, then she plays the video with the song, and she's really good at it too. I'm still just learning how to, you know, do it, but I just really love how people are, you know, taking to it and making it their own, and like Ashley, Sister Ashley, she probably writes several songs a day. I mean, she just is really good at it.
Wow.
I can't see the name Boldly without singing the song. Exactly, Stephanie. I definitely be singing in the morning, singing and dancing to it. And let me tell you, I was so lost when Tia was on vacation. I know she needed a vacation, but I was like, somebody else, come on, somebody do a devotion. I need to hear it. I'm like, next time she goes on vacation, we'll all have to get together and like each one of us take one day of the week and prepare something. And that way we won't be left with nothing. Because that was a long 2 weeks for me. And every day I looked to see if she was going to be on. I'm like, please just have decided you would come on this morning, you know. And now my grandbaby, which she's not here in the mornings now, but I would be like, no, we'll play in a minute. I have to watch Sister Tia now. And so she would be like, oh, that lady's, because she thinks everybody that she sees on my videos, you know, that's your friend. And
Uh-huh.
she's like, "Who's that lady?" And I'm like, "That's Sister Tia. That's my friend Tia." And so then she'll sit there by the laptop and just be talking to her, and she'll say, "She's not talking to me." And I'm like, "No, honey, she's
Aw.
talking to the people in the chat, but I'll tell her you're listening." So then I
Aw.
sent Tia a text saying, "Baby girl is watching you. She's your youngest fan because she loves it."
Aw.
But it's like, yeah, no, we will be watching it no matter what. If I have to set my alarm clock to make sure I don't miss it, because I
Right.
just feel so much better. No matter what her topic is, it's just like I get my fill that, of that spirit while I'm in there. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm good to go now. I can, do whatever I need to do.
Right.
And same thing with Stephanie's videos too. I love Stephanie's videos. And that
Yeah.
little boy, see, I have a preschool channel too, but mine is more just for learning, like teaching them things. I don't have like a character or anything.
Gotcha.
And when I started watching her channel and saw the little Levi character, I was like, oh, he is just absolutely adorable. I'm like, I got to get my granddaughter to watch him too. Oh, Brandon must be leaving. I'm
Echo.
sorry, I must have missed him. Oh, I'm going to tap out, but I hope you ladies have a wonderful night. And thank you so much for everything, Kaleidoscope. Oh, you are so welcome, Brandon. You have a great night.
Good night, Brandon. Echo.
Yes.
For Farmstead.
Okay, you cut out. Say that again.
Whisper Farmstead.
Uh-huh.
Does she have a? Is
She has a homesteading channel.
does grow herbs as well?
Yes.
I think I have seen some of her videos. So she grow herbs also.
I
Is she
think
still
so. I know
here?
she Bella or Kristen, are you still here? I think she is. So blessed on the length of the song. I think they just changed it now. I think you can go up to 4 minutes, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Which it wasn't like that when I first started using Suno, so that is changing. That is evolving as it goes. Ashley knows a lot about Suno too, because she
Okay.
does a lot on there. But yeah, definitely check out Bella's Whisper Farmstead. She has all kinds of videos.
I
And I want to
think I'm
say,
subscribed to her channel.
that she's made some different things on there, but I know Crooked Peach makes different things, and Mountain Grandma and the other one, Yu-Gi-Oh Farms, both of them, they do stuff together and they do collaborations on like apothecary
Yeah, I'm
type things.
subscribed to Mountain Grandma. I think I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ashley says Kristen is an awesome green thumber. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and she said she's had a 7 minute song. Okay. I
Oh
know they're
wow.
changing it. They're making it longer because people are wanting, longer. But YouTube, you can only do a 3 minute short. So like some of them I've even cut them at the end. Been like, well, we'll just make it 3 minutes.
Right. Right.
But that was a good idea, Janine, to take some of my older stuff and make it into shorts.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good idea. I could probably handle doing that. I don't know how I got as many videos as I've got. I think
Wow.
I like making them.
Right.
I think it's like, oh, you just like making them too much.
That's a good thing.
Hello, Bud Files. Welcome.
Hello.
Does anybody have any questions for Miss Lisa? I always forget to ask that when I have a guest. It's like, no, you can't ask her nothing. It's like, yes, if you want to ask a question, you may ask a question.
You can ask
Um,
away.
I'm bad about that. Sometimes when I have a guest, I totally forget I have people in chat, and I won't even be looking at the chat, and I'll forget to ask if they want a question, and I'm like, oh yeah, that wasn't a very good live. I didn't pay attention what was going on. It's hard though to watch when you have people in the chat that are chatting to each other, which isn't really anything that, and you're like trying to read through all of the
Right.
chats, to see, okay, who said what now? What did I miss? It's like, I don't want to not see your comment. And Janine said, yes, it works. So that must be about the shorts. And BJ said, that's okay, Echo, you're allowed. Yes, those that are my regulars, they know how I am, so they probably don't think nothing of it. Like, yeah, she was doing that again last night. It's okay. I think for so long I didn't really have that many people that would be when I do a live that would actually be in the chat. Or if I did, it was just like, random people popping in and I really didn't know them, And now that I know, like I see the name and I'm like, oh, I remember that person,
Right.
As she says, it has been awesome getting to know you, sister, saying that to you.
Oh,
And
thank
Mia
you.
says, I love when people chat with each other. Yes. And Janine says, Lisa, will you ever try incorporating your devotionals into the gardening content?
Oh, never. I might do it. Well, I just gotta get my electronic stuff together so I can start back videos, like I should. Weekly, because I'm having to tape everything. I videotape everything with my phone, and I'm having much storage. So I need to work on that so I can put out content weekly So once I do that, I will think about, doing the devotional in the, as I do with my other channel. And thank you also.
It would be good. You could do it out there in the garden, and you could do scriptures about, being like blessed abundantly, and you could come up with stuff that would tie in with the gardening aspect of life. That would be really good. That's a good idea.
Because I know he's helping me through it all. I'm not doing this by myself. He's helping me through this.
It's amazing what he'll do in your life if you just listen and just let him. I've been for years. It's like, yeah, but it's like, I can do this myself.
Yes.
I got this.
Right.
And now I'm like, okay, I hear you. I'm listening. Yeah. And I am so working on being obedient that instead of like overthinking what I think it is he wants me to do, now I'm just more obedient. I just, act upon it without necessarily figuring out all the ins and outs and pros and cons and all of that. And that's part of my control, needing to have control of things. It's really hard for me to let go of that control. But I can look back in my life, and every time something worked out really well, it was because I had prayed about it and I had let go of it and I had let God lead me to do it. And when things don't work out very well, sometimes those have been times when I've been like, no, I'll do this myself.
You want to do it yourself?
Yeah. Janine said, sounds like me sabotaging myself. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of that too, praying about something and then a few days later being like, well, I haven't seen any results. So let me go ahead and start working on that problem again, instead of just being able to say, I've turned it over, I've released it. Now I have to be patient and wait and see what
Yeah. Yeah.
he's going to say. And another thing, and I just realized this the other day, that when he doesn't answer fast enough, we want to automatically assume that was a no. Like it's not going to happen or he's not
Right.
going to do it. Because if he was going to do it, well, then he could have just went on ahead and done it. And then you realize that maybe what we wanted isn't really the best outcome for
Right.
us. And maybe he's got to work things to get it so that it does really
Yeah.
come out for our benefit. And that's what's so hard, is to say, okay, I know that he can do it. I know he will do it. I don't know how,
Right.
but I know he's going to handle this. But now I have to wait and be patient. And I have never been a
And
patient person.
here, I'm working. Well, he's working with me on that.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. You have to be patient. You have to wait on him because our time is not his time. He's on time though.
Oh, yeah. He does it when it needs to happen.
Yes.
But that isn't necessarily in our timeline. Like with having my
Right.
daughter, for instance, I had 10 years of infertility. And I prayed that whole 10 years, let me have a baby, let me have a baby, let me have a baby. And then finally one day it dawns on me, well, maybe that's not his will for you to have a baby, And I was like, okay, let me change that prayer. Let me say, if it's not your will to let me have a baby, then take the desire away from me that I want that baby so badly. It's like, I don't think I could live my life wanting something and not being able to have it. So if the answer is no, and you're not going to let me have one, then to help me take that desire away, help me clear that away.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say within 3 months I was pregnant, but I had a medical condition that I should have gone. And I had many times that the doctor said, you need exploratory surgery or you need fertility drugs or this or that or the other, to figure out what's going on. And I would say, no, I'm not playing God. If God wants me to have a baby, I'm going to have a baby, And it was like, to me, my faith was strong enough in him not to go down those other roads. But in the same token, it wasn't really strong enough to be patient and to say, okay, I'll wait however long I have to wait. But it was almost like as soon as I said, okay, I'm releasing this, it's like, if it's not for me, then take it away.
Right.
And then I got pregnant. And then when I had my daughter, they told me that she was a miracle, that I shouldn't, because of the condition I had, I should not have gotten pregnant. And so she's a miracle. And I was like, God gave me my miracle, but I could have maybe got her a lot sooner if I had prayed differently, So I don't think sometimes we get what we really want, but we might not really know what that even is. We just know we want something to change.
Exactly.
And so it's kind of like, okay, you ask for what you want, but yet it may not really even be what it is that you really need or is going to be the best thing for you. And I think a lot of times it's easy to get discouraged when a lot of time passed. I mean, 10 years, I was like about to give up. I was like, I'm going to be so old that I'm not going to be able to have a baby. It's like, I got married. I've tried, but I just didn't want to do anything, and now I know sometimes that's God telling you, when those doctors are telling you, you need to have this done or that done. That's God sending them to help you. But, you got to see that and you got to say, okay, I'll do it. And I was like so adamant that no, my faith is strong enough. I do not have to do anything, out of the normal way. Tia said,
Right.
God's timing is perfect for sure. Yes. And, when I look back at
Yep.
it, even though I wanted to be a mother at that time, I wouldn't have been a good mother. It's like I really did need to live some and learn some things. And then even as badly as I wanted to have a child, I knew absolutely nothing about being a parent. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm
Mm-hmm.
so unprepared for this. So it's
Right.
just have to. Sometimes he's trying to help you and you're not seeing it.
Right.
Because I guess we want it to come in a certain way. We want it to be like, for sure this is coming straight from him to you, and that it can't come through nobody else. What kind of dog do you have?
Right. It's a bully. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
American
okay.
bully.
He's like, Mama, are you talking to me?
He hear a noise out front and he's barking. So I do apologize.
Oh, it's okay. My dog barks a lot too. Sometimes she thinks I'm talking to
What kind
her.
of what heard the other day? What kind of dog is that? She's so
She is
cute.
a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. They call it
Oh,
a Chiweenie, but
she is too cute.
she acts more like a Dachshund than a Chihuahua, but she does
For
have a
real?
yappy bark like a
Oh,
Chihuahua. Yeah.
oh.
She's a mess. She really is. She's a
She's
mess,
too.
but she's my baby, and I always say she knows all my secrets, and she don't tell anybody. So
That's good. That's
she's
good. How
she's
old is she?
good. She'll be 13 in December,
Oh,
and I've
okay.
had her since she was 5 weeks old.
Really?
So yeah,
Oh.
so she is my baby. And I had lost a dog right before I got her, and I said I would
Oh.
never have another dog because I got so attached, and it hurt so bad when I lost him. And I said, I won't do that again. And so my daughter wanted a dog. So this dog was actually supposed to be my daughter's
Mm-hmm.
dog. But when we got the puppy, being that she was only 5 weeks old, I did so much taking care of her that she and I bonded. And by the time that, it was like, okay, this is your dog now. I don't have to feed her around the clock and all this.
Right.
The dog was like, the dog would go with her, but turn around and come like look for me. And I was like, this is my dog now, even
Oh.
though I was trying to have it for my daughter. And so we did get my daughter a cat. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm having nothing to do with that cat because I don't want to bond with that cat. And that way my daughter can bond with the cat. And so the cat never really liked me. And she definitely didn't like the
Oh.
dog. So we kind of, stayed away from the cat.
Right.
But now the older my dog gets, there's been times that I've said, well, I won't have another one. If something happens to her, I won't get another one. But then I think about that and I'm like, how am I going to live without her? I want another one,
Right.
so I don't know. I don't know. I'm just praying that she sticks it out for a while. The vet said she could live to be 25.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how realistic that is, but that's because I asked the vet. I said, is she getting to where I need to start, worrying about? And he was like, oh no. He said, this dog could live to be 25.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. But she only has 2 speeds. She's either covered up in a blanket
Mhm.
sleeping, or she's running through the house like she's a puppy. So she only has 2
Really?
speeds. Yeah. It's like, calm
Wow.
down. That's why I have a channel for her, but I can't hardly video her because either she's just laying there doing nothing, or she won't
Right.
stay in the frame of the camera because she's
Long enough because she's running around.
I'm like,
My
okay, I took her on a
goodness,
walk
funny.
one day, and when I looked at the video, I mostly had the sidewalk. I had her occasionally in and out of the frame. I was like, okay,
Oh
this
my.
isn't gonna work, you know. And somebody told me, well, just make a video of her sleeping and run that, you know, like at night for watch hours or something.
Right.
And I'm like, it they would not see anything because she tunnels under the blankets. So they would
Oh,
see a lump
really?
under a blanket.
That's about
That's
it.
it. Sometimes she'll stick her nose out, barely out of
Right.
the cover. You know,
Too cute.
she's, you know,
Too
she's, but
cute.
she knows when I don't feel good. She knows when I'm
Mhm.
upset. Um, you know, she's definitely emotional support for me. So
They know.
yeah. Oh gosh, she knows. Whew. And she doesn't really like anybody else. And she's a very good watchdog. Not good because we live in an apartment and she doesn't think people are allowed on the sidewalk. And she'll like look out onto my patio. I have like a patio door that has glass in it so she can see out. Somebody will walk past on the sidewalk and she'll go crazy barking at him, like, you know, get off my sidewalk. And I'm
Mhm.
like, they live here too, you know, they can
Right.
walk on the sidewalk. It's
Right.
okay. And then if I have to have maintenance come, or somebody knocks on the door or something like that, she goes berserk. And I'm like,
Really?
calm down. My one neighbor thought she was a
Hmm.
big dog because they heard her barking
Right.
so much. I'm like, yeah, no, she's little, but she thinks
Hmm.
she's big. And she'll definitely bark, but she'll also try to sneak out the door if you're not
Oh,
careful.
really?
So I'm like, okay, hold on a minute. I can't open the door
Hmm.
right now. Let me put her in the other room and then I can open the door.
Right.
Otherwise, I open the door, she'll be outside. She won't run off, but she'll
Right.
definitely
Okay.
run out the door. I'm like,
Okay.
what's going on? You know, like she's kind of nosy like that, you know.
Right.
It's like, no, 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 you don't need to see. You don't need to be going out there. There's nothing to see here. We had an ambulance and a fire truck the other day. I guess one of my neighbors was sick or hurt or something. Anyway, they were out there for like 30 minutes with those flashing lights on the ambulance and the
Oh,
fire
wow.
truck. She was going crazy.
Oh,
I'm like,
my.
there is nothing I can do. That is, you know, and she doesn't like storms. She doesn't like thunder and lightning. She
Bentley doesn't
barks.
either. He go hide up underneath the bed.
Well, she wants to be like right on me
Mm.
when it's happening, no matter,
Hmm.
you know, what it is. And it's like if she's not with me or if I'm live or something, I've even had to like end my live and go get her because she's in there whining so bad.
Oh,
And I can
wow.
hear it thundering, and I know that's exactly what her problem is, you know.
Hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I got to go because I got to take care of her because she's gonna have a nervous breakdown in there because
Right.
it's storming. And I don't have a headboard on my bed, and but I have my bed
Hmm.
up against the wall and there's
Hmm.
windows. And so she'll climb up on the bed and she'll look out the window and be like scared, and she'll get under the blanket and then she'll hear something and she'll get out and she'll look again and then she'll go back under the blanket. It's like, okay, let me
Oh,
lay here with you and calm you down. It's just a rainstorm. It's
right.
not, you know. And I can't hardly take her anywhere because she doesn't like other people and she just growls and barks and carries
Oh,
on. She's not a very social dog at all.
oh,
And and I hate that because I at first I took her to the dog park and stuff, and they had the big dogs on one side of the fence and the little dogs on the other side, and she would run up and down the fence by the big dogs and bark at them like she
uh-huh.
wanted to be over there with the big dogs.
Oh.
I'm like, but you're little, you can't go with the big dogs. So eventually I had to stop taking her there because we didn't do anything except for chase the big dogs. And I was like,
Hmm.
okay, this is not good for anybody, you know. And then the other people that had little dogs in there, they were like, your dog is crazy. It's like, I know, I know. She just wants to go in there with, and she's never been with a big dog before. I could see if she like grew up with a big breed, you know, or something. And, but she's always
No.
been an only dog. But
Oh. Oh.
that's, that's how they do. But pets are a big commitment. And we have
They are.
like the shelter here, they'll put it on Facebook all the time, all the pictures of all the dogs, and cats that need homes and stuff. And I'm always like, oh, I wish I had a bigger place, where I could have more
Right.
animals, but they wouldn't get along with her, so I'd have to wait until she's gone. But when I was first married and lived out in the country, I
Hmm.
used to take home strays if I would find, them anywhere. I would like take them home and get them healthy and fatten them up, and then I'd try to find homes for them and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think I had like 12 dogs and about 15
Oh
cats at one
my.
time.
Oh my. Wow.
And my husband was like, do not bring home another
Oh
animal. And
my
I'm like, but I
goodness.
can't just leave them and we lived out in the country on a dirt road. And it was like, I think people just dumped them there, and I could barely go
Mhm.
out to go to work without passing a little puppy on the side of the road. Then I'd be like, oh, let me just get it and take it home you know.
Right.
All right, Mia. Mia is in Denmark and she said it's 1:30 a.m. there
Oh,
and she's got to go to bed. So
thanks for
good night, Mia.
joining,
Thank
Mia.
you for
Have a good
coming.
night.
Now I know we have a big time. I always meet people with big time differences. And then I'm trying to remember,
Hmm.
are you 6 hours ahead of me or are you 7 hours before me? It's like I can never remember.
Thanks for joining.
Yes, it was good seeing you too, honey. And I will look up about your condition because I am interested. I want to know what that is. It's I can't even pronounce it, so I have to remember to look it up. All right, my friend. I think I'm going to go ahead and let you go because it's already been an hour and a half. People always say,
Okay.
"How long will the live be?" And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, if you tell me you got to go in an hour, we'll make it an hour. But if not, I can talk. Just keep talking and talking.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you so much for being my guest. I appreciate
You're
it so
welcome.
much. And
You're
when you
welcome.
get going on the gardening channel, you'll have to come back on as a guest and we'll have to get some good information about how we can help some people with some
Okay.
herbs and natural stuff because I'm very
Okay.
interested in that kind of stuff too. So I'll
All
be
right. Thanks
interested to be
everyone for
watching that.
joining.
Yes, and thank
Thank you.
everybody for coming so much. This has been such a nice evening. I've really enjoyed it. And
Yes.
I'm going to play my little song and we're going to go. So
Okay.
thank y'all so
Thank you
much.
guys so much for coming in and
Let's
support.
do, let's do
Have a
this.
good night.
Little hands, they held the weight. Storms too big of endless fate. A heart so small it learned to hide behind the walls where shadows cry. But here's the truth, it's not too late to mend the pieces, to recreate. It's safe to be me, it's safe to be free. No need to run, no need to flee. In this space we heal, we see. It's safe to be you, it's safe to be me. Echoes linger, they sting like glass, but love can rewrite the broken past. Hands now bigger, reaching wide, holding the child I left inside. The whispers say, you're not alone. This is a place to call your own. It's safe to be me, it's safe to be free. No need to run, no need to flee. In this space we heal, we see. It's safe to be you. It's safe